Hello viewers, welcome back to our YouTube channel. If you are new here, please hit the subscribe button and be a part of our family.
The best anime on Netflix right now.
Your entertainment guide, movie.
リアルの詮索はない本当の家族ってものを今俺たちは知らない互いに何も
Another Netflix original anime, Studio NAZ's Good Night World is an adaptation of Yuru Okabe's web manga of the same name. The story revolves around the members of a broken, emotionally dysfunctional family who all find a semblance of fulfillment within a virtual reality video game called Planet. However, what these characters don't realize is that they've managed to form a functional family unit with each other. An interesting premise, Good Night World does well to gradually piece together the more secretive aspects of these characters' backstories, with the plot taking dramatic turns as it incorporates elements of their real lives and their video game personas.
それが一家のたった一つのルールだよ俺は知らんおかえりシロさん
of my most important magical experiment.
That girl could ruin everything. Give me your hand!
Mary and the Witch's Flower is an excellent choice for anime fans who want a movie that offers a light fantasy experience. Directed by Hiromasa Yanabayashi, animated by Studio Ponic, and based on author Mary Stewart's 1971 novel The Little Broomstick, it tells the story of a clumsy little girl named Mary Smith who stumbles on a magical phenomenon, living a lonely life after moving in with her great aunt. Mary eventually finds a strange color-changing cat who leads her to a bundle of blue flowers that give her the powers of a witch for one night. Perfect for anime newcomers and those who are fond of Studio Ghibli movies, Mary and the Witch's Flower is a visually dazzling and charming fantasy.
I made a promise. We are going home together, all of us.
Hunt all the treasure you want, but you're not hunting a damn thing with my crew!
An extended TV special and tie-in to film, Gold, One Piece, Heart of Gold is another delightful original story. Directed by Tatsuya Nagamine, Heart of Gold involves a young girl and an original character named Olga who finds herself on the run from both the world government and a villain named Mad Treasure. Both entities are on her trail since she is the only person who knows the location of the substance known as pure gold, a resource so valuable that it can buy the entire world. Naturally, the heat on Olga results in her traveling with Luffy and his Straw Hat crew. It might have the feel of a long filler episode, but Heart of Gold overall captures the fun swashbuckling nature of One Piece and serves as a satisfying companion piece to the movie.
What's up with the little pieces?
Well, we've never done this before. It's too late to turn back now anyway.
Nothing! No love! No dreams! No strength!
Capitalizing on the Netflix series' surprise success and bucking the trend of poor live-action anime adaptations, the streamer is now hosting one of the best movies in Eiichiro Oda's One Piece series. Directed by Hiroaki Miyamoto, One Piece film, Gold is the 13th movie in the franchise, with Monkey D., Luffy and the rest of his Straw Hat crew arriving on a ship called Gran Tesoro, which carries the world's biggest entertainment city. The crew finds themselves on a gambling hot streak until they find themselves to be victims of the house's grand scheme. Though non-canon to the manga and TV anime's story, One Piece film, Gold is beloved for being a colorful pirate caper that fits seamlessly in the tone of the source material's world. Likewise, Toei Animation shows fantastic production value in art design and animation.
No freedom! And once it all sinks in, no hope. To the Belmont clan, and I kill vampires! Who's fucking next?
Though it leans more into anime-inspired TV rather than the conventional definition of the genre, Netflix and Powerhouse Animation Studios' Castlevania, Nocturne is nonetheless a highlight of the streamer's animated catalog. This sequel series takes place 300 years after the events of the original series, as Richter Belmont comes into his own alongside his surrogate family of Maria Renard and Tara. Nocturne is set against the backdrop of the French Revolution, where the vampiric aristocracy is working to usher in a fabled vampire messiah to plunge the world into an eternal night. Art direction and animation continue to be strong points in this TV side of the video game franchise. The series also lays an exciting groundwork for what's to come.
I dreamt last night, all kneeling before me.
Anime fans looking to delve into original stories would do well to give Den-noh Coil a chance. An original anime produced by experienced studio Madhouse, Den-noh Coil is set in an alternate near future where augmented reality glasses are a norm for everyday life. It follows the story of a kind-hearted middle schooler named Yasako Okanaji and her family who move into Daikoku City despite rumblings of people mysteriously disappearing. Den-noh Coil is an inventive mix of coming-of-age and a technological mystery thriller, making for a unique anime experience.
Tournament! There's no way he can dodge that!
He lands in the hit!
One of the most bombastically entertaining martial arts anime shows on Netflix, Kengan Ashura returns for a second season. The story continues the titular protagonist's rise in the underground combat rings of the corporate Japanese world, as wealthy businessmen hire some of the most elite fighters to settle disputes in brutal fights. Takeda Uma is eager for the sporting element of it all, and he's determined to make a name for himself by taking on the strongest figures in this grueling world. Lark's Entertainment's adaptation of Yabako Sandrovich and Doromian's manga has been well received for its straightforward, yet effective story and over-the-top action sequences. Mononoke is an excellent horror-esque mystery thriller. A production by Toei Animation, this series is also an anime original story and is set in a feudal Japanese world where a medicine seller is an occult master who travels the countryside exorcising evil spirits. Things take a darker and more intense turn when the medicine seller's travels take him to an inn plagued by these spirits and a string of mysterious murders. Mononoke is an exciting and creative folkloric fantasy with horror tones, with an intense mystery at its core. Likewise, the series is bolstered by a striking and picturesque art style. Naoki Urasawa is credited with writing and illustrating some of greatest seinen manga in the industry, and Netflix obtained the license for the adaptation of PLUTO. Set in the same continuity as Osamu Tezuka's landmark Astro Boy series, PLUTO tells a mystery involving the murder of the heroic robot Mont Blanc, who fought in the 39th Asian War. Things become far bleaker when war veteran and Europol detective Gesicht investigates the grisly killing of the war hero, as the plot unravels a deep-rooted conspiracy against the robots who took part in the war. Though inherently less grounded as a premise compared to the revered monster, PLUTO is a gripping blend of the crime drama and science fiction genres. Urasawa is known for his cerebral stories, and the animation team at Studio M2 brilliantly conveys that in their anime adaptation. One of the best shounen comedy series, Animation Studios' JC Staff and Egg Firm's anime adaptation of Shuichi Oso's The Disastrous Life of Saiki translates wonderfully to the screen. High schooler Kusuo Saiki stumbles through his life as the psychic abilities he once vowed to keep secret end up attracting unwanted attention. It's a fun and light-hearted way of making a supernatural catalyst the premise for a high school comedy, with this plot device proving to be an entertaining way of fleshing out Seiki's colorful supporting cast. The animation and art direction are quite basic compared to higher-budget anime productions, but they succeed in being another charming element of this gag-filled series.
その後描いた僕の超能力が再始動する話も配信予定となっているらしい。アニメ「サイキキ層の災難」